The massive $1.5 trillion spending bill to keep our government funded through September 30th that I told you about in this video earlier tonight has just passed the House with overwhelming bipartisan support. The Senate now has basically 2 days to pass this thing before Friday's scheduled government shutdown, but just in case they can't, the House also passed what I'm calling a mini continuing resolution that keeps government funding status quo until next Tuesday, March 15th. So what's going to happen? Well, the Senate will take up this omnibus bill and will do one of two things. Either pass the $1.5 trillion omnibus bill as is before Friday, or if they still have work to do on it, they'll pass the House-passed mini continuing resolution to keep the government funded till next Tuesday and then wrap things up. Of course, if the Senate makes any changes, all this has to go back to the House for another vote, again, before Tuesday. It's Wednesday. Time is ticking. Is our government going to shut down on Friday or not? Well, at the moment, it's in the hands of the House. Lawmakers are actually right now debating the massive $1.5 trillion government spending bill that was just released at 1:30 a.m. this morning. No, I am not kidding you. But believe it or not, it has wide bipartisan support. Now, if and when it passes the House, it still needs to be passed in the Senate before the planned government shutdown on Friday. Before I get into what will happen if they don't pass this bill before Friday, let me explain the major changes that were made to it since the last time I talked to you. The first dramatic change, the $15 billion the White House wanted for COVID-19 response funding, gone. It got stripped out of the bill. The other dramatic change, the funding to help Ukraine and our military has ballooned to $13.6 billion in emergency military, humanitarian, and economic assistance for Ukraine, with the majority of it going to the U.S. military and U.S. government departments and agencies to impose these Russian sanctions. Now, this spending bill, known as the omnibus bill, must be passed every single year. It's Congress's responsibility to determine how much money every single federal agency, department, and program gets. That's what this bill does. It outlines all of that in tedious, granular detail. In this case, 2,741 pages of detail. The omnibus bill breaks down our federal government funding into two major categories: defense spending and non-defense spending. This one is basically everything that's not defense. Now, defense spending increased nearly 6% over last year to $782 billion. And then the rest of the non-defense spending, known as domestic spending, got a nearly 7% bump over last year. And for this year, it totals $730 billion. Now, that funding includes agriculture, commerce, energy, border protection, education, health and human services, so on and so forth. Now, there is a backup plan if the Senate cannot pass this enormous omnibus bill in like 2 days before Friday's scheduled shutdown. You guessed it, the backup plan to pass another short-term continuing resolution that would expire next Tuesday, March 15th, to buy lawmakers a little more time to get this done.